Hi everyone, it's Alistair Clark here from StuntKnives.com. Got a brand new video for you this week with a guy called Mast, a fairly new stunt performer, but he has appeared in a lot of films, including a film that's coming out this summer. I won't ruin what it is, but you'll have to watch the interview to find out. He's also an official stunt double for a well-known actor, so you'll have to watch this interview as well to find out who that is. So sit back and enjoy this video, and I will catch up with you soon. Take care and speak to you soon. Bye for now. What are you working on at the moment, or is it a bit top secret?
We're doing Transformers right now.
Ah, right, yeah. Okay.
So it's the fifth Transformers, and we're in Detroit for another 8 days, and then we hop over to London for 2 months.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever been to England before?
I was there several years ago when I was like 21, but I was there with like my dad and my uncle, and we were just kind of passing through on a road trip.
Right.
So I haven't spent too much time there.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, hopefully you get to see some more of it though when you're actually filming out there. So.
Yeah. I think we will. For sure.
Nice one. Well, no, thanks again for just like wanting to talk to me. I really appreciate it. It's I know you're busy, so it's all cool.
It's all good.
Yeah. Right. So I was just going to see, how did you start becoming a stunt performer?
I got into stunts. I started as a gymnast. Started gymnastics for years. Ever since I started when I was like 11, and then I did that all the way up until I was 18. And then I finished competing, and then I started coaching, and then I realized that school was not good for me. Like I hated school. I can't do it. So I started seeing what I could do with the skills that I already had, and so that's. I realized I could start doing stunts, and then I just started meeting other stunt people because it's all about who you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just tried to meet as many people as I can and kind of snowball that.
Right.
And I've been doing it now for eight years. It's like 7 years.
Right. Okay. So you said it's all about who you know, and I completely get that. So how did you, or did you know a specific person, or did you like go onto these courses, or what sort of thing? Because I know you said you did your gymnastics, so that is obviously one good thing to have because you need to be physically fit. So
I mean, at one point I knew nobody, and then I met one person, and then I met a second person. And I just kept trying to meet as many people as I can. One huge thing was my mom's next door neighbor was a stunt guy.
Right.
So I talked to him, I think, before I talked to anybody else. And then he's like, oh, you got to talk to this guy. So I talked to him. And so on and so forth. And even to this day, I'm still doing that. There's always more people to meet. And, so.
Okay. And that's part of the game, isn't it? Just the networking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hate it. I hate networking.
Yeah. No, same here, to be honest with you. But in some, I love talking to people. Don't get me wrong, but it's actually that initial contact that just fills me with dread. Yeah. Right, and then you're a member of this free running organisation, or not?
Tempest.
Is it an organisation? I don't know. Actually, a club.
It's not. Organisation isn't the word. Tempest is a team, and it's also a company. So we have a team of professional free runners who. So we have. There's two sides of the team. One is the competitive team, so they compete in the free running competitions around the world, and then there's the other side who mainly stick to doing free running on film or television, and that's the side that I'm on.
Right.
Lucy is actually on both sides of that world.
Right.
So she works all the time, and then she also competes all the time.
Right.
I used to compete, and then I didn't like that much pressure. It's a lot.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So, because did Lucy actually start this as well? Start that Tempest Running?
No. It was started by 4 other guys, and she was she thinks she was the 5th member to join.
Right. Okay.
I joined a little bit later after her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And did you have to do an audition to actually manage to take part in it?
No, it wasn't an audition process. It was just being friends. That's how it started. A lot of us were just friends, and I was training with them, hanging out with them, and then they asked me one day if I wanted to join the team.
Okay. Right. Awesome. That's always good.
Yeah, it was nice.
Right. Okay. And do you remember the first ever stunt that you did on film?
On film, I think the first stunt job I had, the first real stunt job I had was it was a TV show, and there was a bunch of us involved, a bunch of Tempest members. It was called the Forgotten.
Right. The irony is that you forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I think it's called The Forgotten.
Right.
And so we had a little free running sequence in there, and that was the first big TV show I did.
Right. Okay. And how did you feel when you first did that stunt before and during, and if not, after it as well?
It was cool. It would have been a lot harder if I didn't have the rest of the team there, because they've been doing it longer. So it was nice to have someone, holding my hand and being like, all right, do this, do that, and so on and so forth. And so that helped.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Cool. And what are your thoughts before you do any stunt as well? You obviously need to get into that right frame of mind, don't you, to psych yourself up to do it?
A lot of the stunts are things that I've done before at this point. But occasionally you get put in a situation where, this is gonna suck, and so you just have to tell yourself it's not gonna be that bad. It's only gonna last a minute, and then it's all gonna be, it's gonna be worth it when you see it on the big screen.
Definitely.
And and it always is. It's always that was awesome.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you did the gymnastics and obviously the free running, so that helps a lot with your stunt work. But are there any other things that you've done, say, the other courses that you've needed to do in order to do other stunts, like, say, driving or setting yourself on fire, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, there are places that teach these things, but I've acquired enough jobs over the years that people where I kind of learn them as I go. There's certain things with wires and all sorts of things that you just kind of pick up on the way. But there are courses. There's driving courses and courses for fire burns.
Yeah. Okay. And what's been the scariest stunt that you've done, do you think?
I think the scariest stunt I did was my first car hit.
Right.
I did get hit by a car, and it was the first one I did, and I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, all right, just here it goes, and it went okay. I was fine, but that one I was really pumped about. Another scary one was I think we were 200 feet up on the edge of a building, climbing the side of the building, and we were on just a little wire. And that was it. That was a lot. That was a little scary.
Right. Okay. Blimey. But as you said, it's worth it when you see it on the big screen. When you see I did that. It's just completely wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So what film was that car stunt and the building? What films were they?
The car stunt was Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Right. Okay.
That was a small comedy that came out last year. And then the building was a show called Divergent.
Okay.
The movie Divergent.
Right. Yep. Okay. Funny enough, that Scout film I saw the other day on.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's just on. We got something called Now TV, so that streaming service like Netflix. Yeah. So I just watched that the other day. Yeah. So I can actually watch it again, saying that was
Yeah. When they drive out of the garage, I was the first zombie to get hit by the car, and then I was the scout leader's double when he got hit by the car.
Right.
So I ended up doing 2 car hits on that show.
Right. Okay. And how many takes would you say, on average, for you to perform that stunt? So where you and, say, the stunt coordinators are happy. Do you just nail it in 1 take, or how many takes would it?
We hope to nail it in 1 take.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes you don't. Big things like car hits or, major stunts like that where it takes a lot of prep, they'll try to only do it in 1.
Right.
If it's an easy setup and it's easy to do again, then they'll do it again. But yeah, every stunt is different.
Right.
So I think I did 2 takes, or 2 or 3 takes on the car hit.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
But the climbing, I think we did maybe like 10, 15 takes.
Really? Yeah. Okay. That would probably take me a lot more because, I'm not one for heights, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Like, I'm actually very good with heights, but even we were so high with nothing below us.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It was a trip.
Right. Oh, God. Because I was talking to a stunt coordinator the other day that did who did the coordination for Mission Impossible. With Tom Cruise on the Burj Khalifa, and he was saying that he's okay with heights, but working on that great height with Tom Cruise as well, that was scary stuff.
Yeah, I mean, after so many feet, what's the difference?
Yeah, true. So what's been the best stunt that you've performed, do you think?
The funnest? I mean, honestly, the climbing of the building was one of the most fun things I did. Right. It's scary at first, but once you're over, you're like, hell yeah, this is awesome. That was one of my more fun ones. Trying to think what else. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. And do you have any stunt performers in the industry that you look up to? You thinking, I'd love to emulate his career?
Of course. The coordinator I'm working for right now, his name's Mike Gunther.
Right.
He is one of the raddest dudes in the world. He's awesome. Another coordinator is Garrett Warren.
Right.
He's a really cool guy.
Okay. And what's the best stunt you've seen performed by someone else on screen?
Oh, that's a tough one. On screen for a movie, I don't know. But the coolest stunt I've ever seen was this guy jumped out of a building. I don't know how high he was. I don't know what floor he dove out of, but he dove through a window. And he did like 2 flips in the air. And they landed in an airbag, but the whole thing, he was on fire.
Whoa, right.
And you could look it up. His name was Bob Brown. And it was a Bob Brown fire high fall.
Right.
It's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Right.
Hands down.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so high.
Yeah.
And he did it. It was crazy.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I'll look that up, actually.
Yeah.
Right. You don't know what film that was from either, do you?
I don't think it was for a film. I think it was like a promotional thing that he was doing.
Right. Okay. So what advice would you give to anyone that wanted to get into the stunt profession? Can you give one piece of advice or several pieces of advice? I don't know.
My advice would be to start early. If you know that it's what you want to do, start the minute you realize that you want to do it. Because if you start late, it takes a long time. Like, it's taken me years to get where I am now, and some people say, like, oh, I would love to do that. And it's like, you should have started 10 years ago, because it's taken me this long to get where I am now. And, in telling someone, like, oh, it's going to take that long, they're like, oh, well, fuck that. So, if someone, when I was being started, told me it was gonna take that long, like I still would have done it. But I knew when I was 19, 19, this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So,
okay. And you need that drive and ambition as well to keep pushing forward for it as well, because a lot of people could be downhearted by, say, if with that networking it doesn't work, whatever, people will just give up. But it's just keep on going, really.
Yeah. I mean, I have friends who went to like 8 years of school just for a degree, and then they're like, "Oh, you're so lucky you didn't have to go to school." It's like, yeah, I didn't go to school, but it still took me just as long to get here as it took you. So
yeah, definitely, yeah, and it's something that you enjoy doing as well.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't stuck behind a desk for 8 years, but I paid my dues.
Yeah. Well, and this is one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I don't want to be stuck behind a desk. I enjoy talking to you guys, and this is what I'm doing. I love it. Yeah. So, is there one stunt that you'd love to do, or like an epic car chase or something like that? What would you really love to do if you could?
I would love to do motorcycle stunts. I love motorcycles. It's one of my biggest loves, but all the motorcycle jobs, they go to the guys that have been doing the motorcycle jobs for 20 years. So, it's weird to call me a newbie or a new guy because I have been doing it for so long. But when you look at a timeline of those other guys, I'm definitely still the new guy.
Yeah.
So, those days will come.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner than later. That's definitely something I'd like to do more of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I always love seeing these, these bike chases, especially on film, because they're just so, I don't know, just like on the edge of, is this going to fall off or what? It's just, love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Right. So do you, I take it you, what's the word? You not survive, but the adrenaline, it keeps you going.
Yes. The adrenaline. Yeah. The adrenaline and the paychecks. but I love the adrenaline. I love being put in the hot seat. The position I'm in on this movie, I'm the guy who's always in the hot seat.
Yep.
So
Well, I was going to say you're the stunt double for the main actor, so
So they're trying to kill me every day.
Yeah. Oh no, I love it. I love it.
It's different, there's a difference between doubling the main guy, and then there's the other guy who's just in the crowd.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different. You get a lot of respect.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's just nice to see where I am right now, as opposed to when I first started.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's good to see that I'm climbing that ladder.
Yeah, exactly. So what next for you then? Would you like to do stunt coordination, being a first assistant director? What would you like to do next, do you think?
I think I'd like to coordinate. A lot of people say they want to get into directing, and it's like, I wouldn't mind, but I'd rather do this. I just like the stunts better. So.
Okay. Yeah. No. Awesome. Yeah. Well, no, thank you so much, Dan. I really do appreciate it. And if people can, if people want to know more about you, where can people look up you and know more about you?
I'm on Instagram,
right.
But I don't talk about work a lot, just because we're not usually allowed to.
Right. Cool. Well, thank you again, Dan. I really do appreciate it, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look after yourself and take care.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks, mate. Bye.